What's going on, everybody? This is Afro Think Tank. Black security officer saves a whole mosque full of practicing Muslims at worship from 2 domestic terrorists who are also now currently deceased because they committed suicide after their mass shooting actions. And unfortunately, the black security officer also died due to his injuries because of the exchange of fire between them. But he's a hero. And I guess the news don't really want to talk about it a lot because he's black. And I guess the news don't want to talk about it a lot because he protected Muslims. So because he's black and he protected Muslims, I guess it's not newsworthy. I guess, but, despite that, he is in fact a hero, right? And I tried to share. Now, I don't know if you guys noticed, but the other video I posted, the re-upload is gone, right? Because for some reason, YouTube does not want me, or the news networks did not want me to share the 2 brothers in Vegas that saved the lives of their communities by working together. For some reason, I got a copyright strike on that video immediately by the news networks. And when I tried to make another video and I tried to use other sources, that one also got taken down too. So apparently the powers that be really don't want me to share that awesome positive news that should be going viral in the black community, as we should be praising these brothers. But it's crazy, because had I posted some degenerate black shit probably would have went viral, right? But y'all know how it is. Like, there's a real concerted effort right now within the algorithms that is now being pushed by white supremacy, right? White supremacy, we are under attack in ways that we can't even understand in this age of information. We are under attack in ways we can't even see. Right? And if you've been perusing around YouTube, you would notice that all the liberal, progressive channels, all the real pro-black channels, not them fake-ass, hippity-hop, pro-black, xenophobic, hateful channels that's pumping out slop, right? I'm talking about real pro-black, pan-African, informative channels like myself. We're being suppressed. Our videos are being taken down. They're trying to copyright strike our channels away. We're under attack by all the coons are attacked. There's a full-blown invasion, right, online against us. All right, so, just when you see our videos, make sure you share it. That's the only thing you can really do to help us out as we continue to risk ourselves disseminating this information. But yes, this brother did what he had to do. And I need you guys to put more respect on security officers' names. Y'all got to understand that people usually attack places, people and places. People who are VIP to the point to where they would be targeted for attack, people hire security officers. Those security officers are the first line of defense. Not the police officers who have to come to the scene, the security officers who's already at the scene with a weapon. So when you go past, stop talking trash about those security officers like they just like you call them rent cops and this, that. They put their life on the line. They put their life on the line for you. And this one security officer, he put his life on the line. Security officers die to protect the places that you work, the places that you frequent, to protect your life. And y'all don't give them enough respect. Y'all act like they're lesser than police officers when they do more, and they're trained. Some of them are trained more than police officers, more than your local police officer. You have more credentials than your police officers. Most of them are veterans. These are highly trained individuals who are doing security because that's the job field that they're in. And you guys disrespect them on a daily basis because you think you're better than them, and you think that they're lesser than the law enforcement officers because they are security. You got to put some respect on their name because they are your first line of defense. And you better hope they're on point. So, yeah, I pray all praise to this brother who did his job, and unfortunately he lost his life. He was a father. He was a husband. He was a brother. And he's gone. But he did his job. And because of what he did, there are many other fathers, mothers, and children who are now currently alive and can see their families because of him. So praise to him. Praise to his family. And, that's just life. I totally understand. Anyway, you guys tell me what you think in the comment sections. Afro Think Tank, learn something, teach something. I'm out.
Seemingly turning the weapon, a security guard has been hailed a hero after a deadly attack targeting a mosque in San Diego. 2 teenagers of 17 and 18 opened fire outside the Islamic Center of San Diego on Monday morning, killing 3 men before seemingly turning the weapons on themselves. Officials say the mosque security guard played a pivotal role in stopping the attack from becoming much worse. The guard, reported to be a father of 8, was among the 3 people killed.
My community is mourning. This is something that we have never expected to take place. But at the same time, the religious intolerance and the hate, unfortunately, that exists in our nation is unprecedented.
Witnesses describe hearing up to 30 gunshots while nearby schools were placed into lockdown. The attack is being investigated as a possible hate crime because Muslims at the mosque appear to have been targeted, and one suspect left behind a note containing hate speech. One of the guns also reportedly had hate speech written on it. The shooting happened just a week before Eid al-Adha, one of the holiest periods in the Muslim calendar. A security guard.
This is Amin Abdullah, the heroic security guard who was martyred in the shooting at the Islamic Center of San Diego yesterday. This man sacrificed his life in order to protect others. He prevented the shooters from getting inside the mosque, which was, by the way, filled with children. In addition, he was the father of 8 children. And so now we have the opportunity to help provide some support. CARE San Diego and the Islamic Center of San Diego have put together a fundraiser to support Amin's family. And it warms my heart to no end seeing how much support this has received, but more is still needed. Because I did a little searching around to understand what the cost of living is in San Diego for a family of 10, and just bare minimum in order to survive, you need $200,000 to $250,000 a year. So while this seems like a lot, those racist pieces of shit that martyred him stole decades of life from him. Decades where he could have been supporting his family. So if you're in a position to support, I hope you will. You can find the links, you know where.
I talked yesterday about the heroic actions of a security guard at the Islamic Center. I had no idea how heroic those actions were. The individuals that did this heinous act ran past the security guard, most likely not knowing he was there. He immediately observed the threat to everybody at the mosque. He began to engage them with gunfire. Both suspects returned fire. You can see the security guard reach for his radio and put out the lockdown protocol. The security guard then continued to engage in a gun battle with these 2 suspects. His actions, without a doubt, delayed, distracted, and ultimately deterred these 2 individuals from gaining access to the greater areas of the mosque where as many as 140 kids were within 15 feet of these suspects. Tragically, he died in that gun battle. The other 2 victims, as best we can tell with the video surveillance at the mosque, drew the attention of both of these suspects back out into the parking lot area where they were unfortunately unable to flee, and both suspects were able to successfully corner them and kill both of them. While both suspects were outside, the massive response that was seconds away undoubtedly pushed both of the suspects to run back to their vehicle and flee the parking lot. And I want to be very clear, all 3 of our victims did not die in vain. Without distracting the attention, without delaying the actions of these 2 individuals, without question, there would have been many more fatalities yesterday.
He was a loving father, husband, son, brother, and uncle. To me, my dad was a role model. He was a best friend. He was the best, absolute best dad in the world. He was my protector. My dad was the #1 advocate for safety and keeping our community safe. He stood against any form of hate. He took his job seriously to protect everyone here. He would want our community to stand together as one. That's exactly what he would want.
The security guard who is out front, literally see him every single Friday. One of the nicest guys you'll ever meet, says hi to every single person who comes in. Even if I've been in bad moods sometime and he's just picked me up with how he says hi. Lucky for him, because of him, he on his radio announced what was happening. Instead of literally taking out his shot, and as he's returning fire, they took his life and they went in. But because of him doing that call to tell everybody, they were able to lock the students. There were little pre-K kids in school, and it could have been much worse.
How many people?
I believe there was 3 casualties and 2 gunmen took their own lives.
Wow.
17 and 19 years old.
Where are you originally from?
Born and raised in San Diego, California.
And what is your favorite food?
Halal hamburgers.
Free Sudan! Boycott diamonds and gold! Free Sudan! Boycott diamonds and gold! We most definitely cannot forget about the people of Sudan!
Thanks for watching Afro Think Tank. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And follow me on Substack and Patreon for more content. Remember, it's Pan-Africanism or nothing.